Hey, I'm Jeff Rizzo, and this is my review of the Garmin VivoSmart. But before we jump into the pros and cons of this device, let's take care of a few housekeeping items. It's available right now only at Best Buy, but will soon be sold through select retailers like REI. The base model runs $170 and the heart rate monitor bundle costs $200. It's water resistant up to 50 meters, so yes, you can track your swim workouts. It syncs via Bluetooth Smart to your iOS or Android phone. It displays the time of day and the date and tracks your steps, calories burned, distance traveled, and how you're doing relative to your steps goal. Also, it will track your heart rate if you have it paired with select A&T heart rate monitors. Overall, I think it's a pretty great device, but let's go ahead and check out the 10 best features about the Garmin VivoSmart and then its 10 biggest shortcomings. As for the positives, number one, it's incredibly comfortable around your wrist. It's sleek and very small, so you're never going to have it get in the way, even when you're doing Olympic lifts. It has a smaller footprint than most activity monitors, including its predecessor, the VivoFit, and it's definitely more comfortable to wear than most activity monitors. Number two, it has a touchscreen display that works both during the day and at night, so if you have the VivoFit, you'll definitely understand what I'm talking about. Having your information illuminated at night is really nice to have, and you'll want to check out the VivoSmart for this. Additionally, the screen works without fail, which is something I was really worried about. It's a bit off-putting to know that you can't just use a button to navigate the display, but in the case of the Smart, it picks up on all of your swiping gestures just fine, even if you're in the shower or if you're really sweaty. It works brilliantly. Also, if you have this feature enabled, you can wake the screen by flipping your wrist slowly. However, I found this to be distracting and noticed that it hurt battery life because the screen turned on all the time inadvertently. Number three, it's a really capable device. Not only can it connect to select A&T heart rate monitors, but also it can connect to the Garmin cycling sensors to relay your pace and cadence during a bike ride, and the Garmin Verb, which is the company's action camera, to allow you to start and stop video and take pictures right from your wrist. The Smart can also control your phone's music playback, but I honestly wouldn't place much value on this. I only really use this feature in really niche situations, and it wasn't all that useful. In most cases, I just controlled the music playback via my headset, which had volume up, volume down, and skip track and pause play. It was just easier that way. Number four, the Smart relays your phone notifications, which you wouldn't think is all that big of a deal, but I found it incredibly helpful day to day. Firstly, you won't just see your text messages and phone calls. You'll receive alerts for all notifications that you've enabled in your phone's notification center. This means that Google Hangouts, calendar reminders, to-do list items, etc., all of this stuff will show on your wrist. Secondly, you don't have to have your phone on you at all times to get your alerts, which I found to be really useful. Let's say you leave the room but are still waiting for an important email. Well, any incoming notification that's shown on your wrist, you can see high-level information about it. For example, with an email, you can see the subject line, and then you can actually scroll through to see a little bit more information. This way you can step away from your phone, but you're still connected. I have to say, initially I didn't put much weight on this notification feature, but after using it for a while, I really ended up loving having these notifications right on my wrist. I should also point out though, that when you do put the device into sleep mode, you won't get your notifications, which I thought was a really thoughtful touch by Garmin. Number five, the Smart has a vibration motor, which is not by any means a new technology, but it's super helpful. Incoming notifications utilize the vibration motor, as do alarms, move reminders, and goal celebrations. The vibration is subtle, not annoying, but you'll definitely notice it. Number six, the device comes with a fail-safe keeper to prevent it from falling off your wrist. All this is a small piece of rubber that fits over the clasp to ensure that you don't unhook the device unknowingly. The device itself has a great locking mechanism, but the keeper makes it such that I never had to worry about the VivoSmart falling off, and I'm a big fan of this, even though it's quite literally a really small feature. Number seven, I'm a really big fan of the Move Bar, which basically is an inactivity reminder, and all this does is show you how sedentary you've been throughout your day, but it's really depressing to look down at your wrist and to see that you sat down now for 3 hours straight. So it's a pretty good reminder to get up and move, and even though a lot of people don't really like this, and I admittedly didn't really like this in a lot of other devices, I thought it was pretty useful on the VivoSmart. Number eight, battery life is awesome at 7 full days as advertised. Number 9, the Smart is very accurate, at least relative to other trackers, but I was most impressed with its ability to accurately log distance traveled. For each run I went on with the device, it came within a tenth of a mile of what Strava said, and I thought this was pretty awesome. Number 10, the on-device software is great. It is simple to navigate and can be customized via the Garmin Connect app. It also has easy access to a settings window to, among other things, enter sleep mode, start and stop activities, and switch on the Find My Phone feature, which prompts your phone to ring so you can find it in a nearby area. Now, as for the negatives, its screen is ridiculously hard to comprehend in sunlight. Generally speaking, it's a brilliant display, but outdoors it's sometimes rendered useless. Number 2, sizing is weird. There's no medium, which means that you're either a small or a large, and for me, I fit into both the small and the large, but the small did not have enough material for my liking, and the large had too much material and I had extra band hanging off. I really wish there was a size medium. Number 3, you can't set multiple alarms. While you can turn on or off alarms via the Smart and the Connect app, you can't set multiple alarms, which means no separate weekday and weekend alarms. Number 4, there's no integration with Strava, only with MyFitnessPal and the Apple Health app. Other Garmin products do work with Strava, but the data you collect on the VivoSmart is isolated from the GPS data you get from Strava, for example. So in essence, there is no good way to see a holistic picture of your run in one application. You need the Garmin Connect to see your activity information, but Strava for your GPS information. Number 5, updating the device's software requires a computer, and this process can be tricky, but just make sure you read the manual for this and you should be just fine. Number 6, the VivoSmart and the Garmin Connect app do not have any detailed sleep analysis, so you're basically just stuck with a chart that shows how active you were throughout the night, and that's really it. Number 7, the VivoSmart's charging mechanism is pretty awkward. It's big and it's bulky. It's not all that hard to use though. I just wish that it had a micro or a mini USB instead of this proprietary charging system. Number 8, the VivoSmart won't replace your watch. And what I mean by this is you have to wake the screen to see the time, and unless you set the time as your default display, you have to cycle through numerous pages to see the time and the date information. Number 9, the VivoSmart does not have a built-in GPS, which is a big letdown for me, but overall it's still a great fitness tracker. Number 10, and the biggest shortcoming of the VivoSmart is its mobile application, Garmin Connect. Now it's okay, it's not as bad as the Timex or Soleus application, but it's atrocious when compared with the Fitbit or the Jawbone or the Nike Fuel app. To be frank, it's confusing to use, laid out horribly, hard to navigate, especially with the settings, and is really ugly. But with that being said, and considering all of the positives and all of the negatives, would I buy the VivoSmart? And the answer is yes. Now, would I sell my VivoFit and buy the VivoSmart? The answer is still yes. I think notwithstanding its archaic mobile application, which by the way should see continued updates, the device itself is a real winner. It's capable, helpful, tracks a lot of information, is very comfortable to wear, and is backed by probably the best fitness technology company out there right now. And that's it for me, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Write me in the comments below. Also click the thumbs up button below, and follow me on Twitter if you want some more industry updates. Thanks again for watching.